1, 2, 3, 4. Get up, get on up, get up, get on up. Stay on the scene, get on up like a sex machine.
The one question I'm often asked is, where did my passion for music begin? And the first place my mother ever took me was to the Apollo Theater in Harlem to see James Brown. And I remember, I mean, of course she took me some other places as well, but that's where I first remember, like, wow. And I came to the theater with her and my sister, and everybody was coming in, and people were dressed like kings and queens, and you know, the curtain opened, the band stood in their tuxedos, and then he walks out in a royal blue outfit, diamond ring sparkling, and I remember, you know, as cliched as it may sound, I remember that being the moment in which I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is all I want to do. In addition to girls and other things, but this is the main thing that I want to do. So that began my passion, and to see an artist work that hard, even though I didn't know it at the time, but to see someone work that hard at something they loved, they clearly loved, well, that's what began my passion. And then people often ask why my love for soul and R&B. Soul music, and this is not to disparage any other genres of music, soul music is very honest, is very sincere, and here's that word again, it's very passionate. When you listen to someone like Sam Cooke or Otis Redding or James Brown, who I refer to often, sing, you feel they're singing from their heart and soul. Artists nowadays will do anything to get paid. Back then, artists did anything to be heard. They wanted to be felt. They wanted their what they were writing about, what they were experiencing, they wanted that out there for the world. They didn't know this is what they wanted, but they just had this thing inside them that had to come out. So that's what I love about soul and R&B music. Most people never get to even see their idols. I've not only gotten to meet him more than a few times and spend time with him, but I got to portray him in a movie, a Barry Levinson film called Liberty Heights. And I played James Brown in the year 1954. It was a fantastic experience. It was wonderful. I loved it. I got a chance to wear a wig, which meant I had hair again, and it was fantastic. I got to blow it around and flip it around. So, and I'm going to do that again. We're going to be doing the James Brown role again. So that's got to be a career highlight. Because I have a lot of fun in my shows. When I'm performing, particularly when I'm singing my songs, I have to convince everyone in the audience that I mean every lyric that I sing, every word that I say. I have to convince every woman that I'm her boyfriend, husband, lover, whatever she needs me to be at that moment. I have to convince the guys that I'm their friend. I'm not threatening at all as I flirt with their girlfriends, you know? So, I mean, it's a tightrope you're walking, but if you do it well, you get the best of both worlds from your audience. So I got that from Mr. Brown. Music is just memorable as a whole, just overall. I guess when I first heard music, I'm like, what is this? You know, so it's always memorable for me. It just goes on and on. It's infinite. The best thing for me about performing is the audiences. Each audience is different. It's like dating a bunch of different women. You're going to get something that you just won't get anyplace else. So every time I do a show, it's like making love to a brand new woman. Something's going to happen that didn't happen yesterday or the night before. And I work off that. I feed off that. I need the audience. I need their energy. I need their spirit, their attitude, good, bad, or indifferent. If you ask a lot of different people what they get from me, I'd like to think they say, well, it wasn't just a bunch of songs back to back. It was a show. I was made to feel special. That's important. Oh, I'm always working on something. Always. I'm writing a book that's sort of autobiographical called A Lifetime of Life. Unlike a lot of other artists, I have no ghetto horror stories. I've never been in jail. I don't smoke, drink, do drugs, and never did. It just never appealed to me. But my life has been filled with a lot of crazy, silly, funny things that have happened. So I'm always writing that down. Because as I tell people these stories, they're like, oh, that's so funny. You've got to put that in the book. Like, I've had arguments with girlfriends, and in the middle of it, baby, I know we're arguing, but can I please write this down? Because what you just said is brilliant. You know what I'm saying? It's brilliant. My mother didn't sing, but she always played music, you know, and she let me enjoy music. There's a theater in New York, the Apollo Theater, where I said she took me to see James Brown. And when I realized they had shows there every week, she would let me go see these shows. She'd give me $2, $1 to get in, $1 for a bag of donuts. And that was my day. I used to go to school dressed up in the craziest, you know, whatever I could find. If you go through Harlem, all those sneaker stores and Chinese restaurants that are there now, they used to be clothing stores. and pimps and entertainers all bought their clothes from there, and you see them on stage at the Apollo wearing it. And every now and then they'd have something on sale that I could afford, and my mother would get it for me. So I must have been the only little black boy in 6th grade in a red velvet suit. But she would let me do this. She would let me go to school like this. And it was cool. So yeah, God bless you, Ma. Hello Music is a one-man show that I'm putting together, I'm creating. It's based on my life. My life has been filled with nothing but music. My life is about music. I have a large vinyl collection, 45s, LPs, CDs, 8 tracks. I mean, it's just all about music. And I will say this. For a lot of, I hate to say kids to make it sound, you know, a lot of kids growing up nowadays in this day and age of the digital download, you'll never know the joy of getting an album and reading the liner notes. And I used to get albums and I would look at the cover and I would think the artist recorded the entire album wearing what they had on the cover. I mean, it was that real for me. You don't get that now when you just download something. This project I'm working on called Hello Music, back in the day they used to put up posters in the streets of New York. I would take these posters down and bring them home, and my mother would, you know, admonish me at points. It's like, why are you bringing this garbage in the house? And now I've amassed a collection of vintage posters. The OJs, the Temptations, the Four Tops at the Apollo Theater, Stevie Wonder, Madison Square Garden, Marvin Gaye, Radio City Music Hall. And these things, they're like pop art. You'd want to hang them up on the wall. I just went to Montreal, Canada, met a lot of wonderful, wonderful people. We're going to do a show. We're going to do a salute to James Brown at the Rialto Theater. That'll be November 14th, and it's going to be amazing. I want to set that town on its feet. I want to bring some serious old school R&B, rhythm and blues, because I've been to see a few acts around town, and God bless them, they're doing the best they can do. But I'm gonna take it to another level. I'm gonna take it to old school. I'm gonna take them way back and show them how it's really done. You know what I mean? I'm coming to town. I'm coming back. You be there, because I'll be here. November 14th at the Rialto Theater, we're doing a salute to James Brown, the King of Soul, the Godfather of Soul. We're gonna have a funky good time. We're gonna sing, dance. You're gonna sing and dance. I'm gonna entertain you. Y'all are gonna entertain me. So we're gonna really have a good time with this music. And you know what? If you have some requests or some R&B songs you wanna hear, let me know. I'll do those too. November 14th, Carlton J. Smith at the Rialto Theater in Montreal. Many blessings.